Chapter 6. Alliance of Tide and Technology. With the alliance formed, Nerissa and Dr. Alisa Moa set to work, blending the strengths of their respective worlds to combat the encroaching darkness beneath the waves. Their base of operations is established on a floating research platform, moored above the coral canyons, where the impact of the ancient evil is most evident. Here, technology and magic begin their unprecedented collaboration. The platform buzzes with activity, as human engineers and scientists work alongside Nerissa's chosen aquatic aides, intelligent, communicative dolphins, and agile, insightful octopuses. Each species contributes uniquely, the dolphins with their echolocation aiding in mapping the disturbed areas, and the octopuses with their problem-solving skills helping to adapt human technology for underwater use. Dr. Moa oversees the integration of human technology with Nerissa's magic. The first task is to enhance a fleet of submersibles with protective enchantments that Nerissa channels. These submersibles are designed to dive deeper than any human could safely go, equipped now not only with the latest in human exploration technology, but also with a magical shield that repels the dark mist. Nerissa teaches Alisa and her team about the natural ley lines of the ocean, mystical currents of energy that her people have used to harness their powers. The engineers devise a way to amplify these lines through a network of buoys that can channel magical energy across broader areas, creating safe zones free from the corruptive influence. Simultaneously, Alisa introduces Nerissa to modern scientific methods and data analysis tools that allow them to predict the movements of the dark mist and its effects on marine life. They develop a monitoring system that uses satellite imagery combined with magical sensing techniques to create real-time maps of the spreading corruption. One of the most crucial innovations comes from a young engineer named Marco, who designs a hybrid device that can both detect disturbances in the magical ley lines and emit a counter-frequency to stabilize them. This device, aptly named the Aegis emitter, is set to be deployed in various strategic locations around the coral canyons. As the chapter closes, the team watches as the first of these Aegis emitters is lowered into the ocean. It activates with a pulse of light, half electrical, half magical, that sends ripples through both water and energy fields. The surrounding waters brighten, and a cheer erupts from the platform. The Alliance has turned theory into action, and their combined efforts are now ready to be tested against the darkness. As the night falls, lights on the platform shine like stars above and below the water, symbols of hope and the resilience of unified efforts. The battle to reclaim the ocean's purity is just beginning, but together, Nerissa and her new human allies have forged a path forward, illuminated by the combined light of science and magic. Chapter 7. Into the Abyss. With the Aegis emitters in place, casting protective spells over strategic areas of the coral canyons, Nerissa, Dr. Alisa Moa, and their team prepare for a deeper expedition into the heart of darkness, the abyss where the ancient evil is believed to be regaining its strength. Their mission is clear: assess the full scope of the threat, and if possible, contain it once more. The fleet of enchanted submersibles, now ready and tested, glides through the water, each vessel surrounded by a shimmering field of magical energy. Inside the lead submersible, Nerissa and Alisa work side by side, monitoring both technological and magical readings. The mood is tense but focused, as each member of the crew knows the gravity of their task. As they descend, the water around them grows colder and darker. The abyss seems to swallow light whole, challenging the beams of the submersible's headlights and the magical glow emanating from their hulls. Sounds are muffled here, and the only noise is the occasional ping of sonar and the steady thrum of the submersible's engines. Nerissa feels a pull in her chest, a sign of the dark energy intensifying. She warns the team, and Alisa adjusts their path to approach cautiously. The abyssal plain below is a desolate landscape, punctuated by towering hydrothermal vents that spew black, mineral-rich water into the ocean. Here, in these extreme conditions, life still thrives, bizarre creatures adapted to the darkness and pressure, unaware of the cosmic battle looming over them. Suddenly, the instruments pick up an anomaly. The ley lines below them are fluctuating wildly. Marco, monitoring the data back on the platform, radios in that the Aegis emitters are struggling to stabilize the energy. It's clear they are close to the source of the corruption. The team's path leads them to a massive fissure in the ocean floor, wider and deeper than any data had suggested. As they hover above it, a surge of dark mist erupts from below, striking the protective barrier around the submersible. The vessel shakes violently, alarms blaring, but the magical shields hold, barely. Nerissa enhances the barrier with a focused wave of her own energy, her face set in grim determination. Using a remote-operated vehicle, ROV, they explore the fissure's edge. The ROV sends back images of twisted metal and remnants of ancient magical seals, evidence of Nerissa's previous battle to contain the evil. The images also reveal that the seals are cracking, the metal corroded by the dark mist. The mission now changes. They must repair and reinforce these seals. Nerissa and Alisa coordinate a plan on the spot. Using a combination of advanced welding techniques provided by the humans and sealant spells cast by Nerissa, they begin the painstaking work of restoration. Throughout the long, arduous hours, the team works in a tense silence, interrupted only by necessary communication. As they finish, the initial tests are promising. The fluctuations in the ley lines begin to calm, and the dark mist recedes slightly. Exhausted but hopeful, the team ascends back towards the lighter waters. Their journey back is quiet, each member lost in thought, reflecting on the enormity of what they've just witnessed and the work that lies ahead. As they surface, the first light of dawn greets them, a reminder that even in the deepest darkness, light will eventually return. Chapter 8. The Battle of the Deep. Following their preliminary success in stabilizing the ancient seals, Nerissa, Dr. Alisa Moa, and their combined team of humans and sea beings prepare for a more definitive confrontation. The ancient evil, momentarily held at bay, is not defeated yet, and the team understands that a larger battle looms. They gather on the research platform to strategize, pooling every piece of knowledge, technology, and magic at their disposal. The plan is ambitious. They will create a network of Aegis emitters around the central fissure, each linked to the others through both technological and magical interfaces, to form a powerful barrier. This barrier is designed not only to contain the dark mist, but also to begin reversing its effects, purifying the corrupted waters. Nerissa takes the lead in deploying the emitters. Her connection to the ocean and its mystical energies makes her the ideal candidate for this delicate task. She dives deep, accompanied by a team of specially trained dolphins who communicate with her through a series of clicks and whistles that have been translated into audible signals for the human team above. As they approach the abyss, the darkness grows, and the water becomes icy cold. Each emitter is placed in a pre-calculated position, forming a geometric pattern on the ocean floor. As Nerissa activates the first emitter, a pulse of light radiates outward, its glow stark against the oppressive gloom. One by one, the emitters come to life, each pulse interlocking with the next to form a glowing grid of energy. Meanwhile, Alisa and her human team monitor the process from above, adjusting the energy output of the emitters as necessary. Their screens show a live feed of the operation, the data overlaying images of the deep sea. The tension is palpable. Every member of the team knows that timing is critical. If the grid is activated too slowly, the dark mist might overwhelm an emitter, disrupting the entire network. The final emitter clicks into place, and Nerissa signals the team. With a collective breath held across species and environments, Alisa initiates the full activation sequence. The grid lights up, a brilliant display of human engineering and alien magic, its energy pulsing stronger and steadier. Suddenly, the ocean floor trembles. The ancient evil, sensing its impending containment, lashes out. A surge of dark mist, denser and more forceful than any before, billows towards the glowing grid. Nerissa, still in the water, braces herself. She channels her own energy into the grid, her form shimmering with intense blue light. The battle is both physical and metaphysical, as forces of darkness and light collide beneath the waves. The tremors grow stronger, rocks and sediment clouding the water. But the grid holds, the combined strength of technology and magic creating a barrier too powerful for the evil to breach. After what feels like an eternity, the tremors subside. The dark mist retreats, shrinking back into the fissure, now sealed once more. The waters around the grid begin to clear, the natural colors of the ocean slowly returning. Nerissa, exhausted but victorious, ascends from the depths, her dolphins escorting her. As she breaks the surface, the first light of dawn touches the horizon. The team on the platform cheers, their relief and joy echoing across the water. The battle of the deep has been won, but all know the vigilance must continue. The ancient evil is contained, but the ocean remains a realm of mystery and power, always demanding respect and care. Together, humans and sea beings celebrate their victory, united by their triumph and the shared commitment to safeguarding the mysterious depths of the ocean.